I'm going to talk about one of the scariest, strangest days of my life. Okay, so my mom, my brother, my sister, and I, we had planned a trip to Mexico to go visit my mom's family. And so we've been on airplanes many times, and so I wasn't really that afraid. So we're getting ready. We wake up like at 4 in the morning after sleeping only like 2 hours because we were packing all night. And so my stepdad takes us to the airport. He drops us off, and then so, you know, we go in, we check in, and we go through the airport security, and we check our luggage and everything. And then finally we're in the waiting area getting ready to board the plane. So it's getting close to 7 a.m., so we're excited to see the plane coming because we were tired of waiting because all we could do was like watch the news, and like there was no Wi-Fi, so we couldn't even use the internet, and we're just like, my sister and I are just people watching, and we're bored. So then they make an announcement saying that our flight's been delayed by like an hour, so we're mad because we're so bored and there's nothing to do. So finally, after waiting an hour, the plane lands, and we see the people getting off, and then it's time for us to board. So I'm excited because I love flying, and I love being up in the air, and like heights don't scare me, so I'm excited. But my mom and my sister, on the other hand, are totally chicken, so they're scared, and my mom's like being all anxious, and she's saying, you know, we're thinking the worst is gonna happen. But so we're boarding the plane. The guy in front of us starts talking to my mom, telling her, you know, the chances of the plane falling, they're like slim and this and that. So she's kind of like, she feels more comfortable, but all of a sudden I don't feel as comfortable because I'm starting to feel kind of scared, which is, I mean, anxiety is normal, but I'm still feeling like, I don't know, something doesn't feel right. Because the plane, it just felt like really, felt old, and it was like shaking weird, and I don't know, it just didn't seem normal. So then eventually the plane starts taking off, gradually taking speed, and so like we're up in the air, gaining more speed, and then like the pilot tilts the plane to the right, and then when he tilts it to the right, like I'm sitting right next to the wing where the engine is, and I'm sitting on the window seat, and like I see a huge spark, like a huge flame, and I'm like, oh my god, the plane is going to go down. And then not only that, but there's like this huge loud like noise that it made, and it was terrifying. So I'm thinking, so everyone's kind of looking at each other like, what's going on, because I know this isn't normal. And then so he kind of like straightens out, and then he tilts the plane to the right again, and then like there's a big flame, only this time it's twice as big, and the noise is like twice as loud, and then like then the lights go out in the airplane. So I'm thinking, oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna die in an airplane. Like I never thought. Like my whole family's with me, we're all gonna die. And then so I'm thinking the worst. Like on the outside I'm collected, but on the inside I'm just like, my little brother, he's only 3, like what's gonna happen? And so eventually, the pilot hasn't made an announcement or anything, so everyone's like panicking and like what's going on, and so finally the stewardess comes next to us, and she tells us that an engine blew on the plane, so we have to do, and then the pilot makes an announcement saying we have to do an emergency landing. And so luckily we were already near LAX, so we had enough time to get there, so we land at LAX, and then we get off the plane, and I'm like, I knew it. I knew something was going to happen, and nothing that scary has ever happened to me on an airplane before. So we get off the plane, and then there's already another plane waiting for us. So we board that plane, and automatically I'm just like, okay, like we're good, because it just feels way safer. It doesn't seem like all old and rattly and all that. So we at least we made it out alive, and I'm just happy that you know, we were able to get to Mexico safely, and so even the trip was kind of whack, but that was probably the most exciting thing to happen to me. But I'm glad I'm alive. Thank you.